What's going on, guys? It's Alex from Learn to Code London here, and this is the fourth module in my How to Make Your Very Own Website series. So I'm going to show you just where to find all the modules. So if you navigate to learntocodelondon.co.uk and then scroll down to the very bottom of the web page and click on free online coding tutorials, that will take you to this section here, and we're going to be really talking about module 4, which I've called the secret most programmers won't tell you. So let's go straight into there. Now this module is going to be a little bit different to the other modules in that I'm going to be talking about the process of how we learn to code, and how we can most effectively and most efficiently learn new things about a language. So a quick sort of word of warning: if you've just jumped straight into this video, make sure you read the tutorial from the very beginning. Otherwise, it's not going to make sense. The sort of what I've called the secret is going to be wasted. Yeah, so just make sure you're reading straight from module 1, and you've got to this stage, and then you're ready to go, really. So to explain what I'm talking about here, let me just bring up from the example from the second tutorial. So we're just going to be building on the Hello World example, which is covered here. So I've literally copied the code into my text editor. I've got it here. It's saved on into the file index.html onto my desktop. So we're just going to bring up that web page here, and there you see the results. Now in module 3, we talked around about the top HTML tags that you must learn. So this really forms the basics of the HTML language, the most essential tags that you need to understand in order to build web pages. So what this tutorial that I'm going to be talking to you today is all about, if I just bring up that web page, is really around the process. So I've cheekily titled it "The Secret Most Programmers Won't Tell You." What do I mean by that? Well, we've learned the top tags of HTML, and we understand how to create a web page using code, using HTML markup tags, and we also understand how to view the results in a web browser. So my argument, ambitiously, is that we now know everything we need to know about HTML, because, and what I'm going to show you, Google will write the rest of the code for us. So it's something that professional developers do all the time, because once you understand the process of how a particular language works, and this isn't just applicable to HTML, this is applicable to Java or C# or Objective-C or whatever, or PHP. Once you understand the basics, then you can easily build on those basics through practice and through just discovering incremental knowledge as you go. So I'll give you an example. So we learned some HTML tags in the previous module, and now, for example, I want to make some text bold here. So this is how I would do that, right? I'll just go to Google and say how to make text bold in HTML, and I'll have a look what comes up, because I know the basics. I know that if I code my HTML code in a text file, I can view it in a browser. Now, I'm letting my creativity drive me. I want to make some text bold, and I'm going to have a look at the results, and this is the particular result that I'm interested in. I'm going to be looking at the Stack Overflow website, which is like a question and answer area. It has question and answers, basically. That's what it is. It's kind of a knowledge base. So here someone's asking, how do you make text bold? And if you scroll down, you can see the most upvoted answer, and with this tick as the accepted answer, is use the strong or the B tag. Great. So I just plug that in, right? So I'm just going to use the strong tag. Open. We know how to close it. That's how we close it, right? open a strong tag, this text is bold, close the strong tag, save my file, refresh it. I've got some bold text, right? So we wanted to do something, we described it in Google, we found a kind of authoritative answer to our question from Stack Overflow, where experienced programmers are helping less experienced programmers, and we've got our answer. And it's just about finding that answer and then plugging it in into our code. Because we know how HTML is structured, we can do this very easily. Let's look at another example. Suppose I want to make the text italic. Similar process. So we just have a look. We've got Stack Overflow. Let's have a look. Someone's asking a question you can read into if their question really matches. If you want to emphasize a phrase, use the tag EM. So if I change this to EM and then close my EM tag and then refresh it, then the text has become italic. Oops, italic. So there you have it. Or for example, we want to highlight text. How to make text highlighted in HTML. Let's have a look. There's no Stack Overflow in this case, but Google has given us some information. Okay, this one's a little bit more tricky. Let's have a look what W3 Schools is saying. Okay, they're saying the mark tag defines mark text. Let's check it out. Let's try it out, right? Mark. And we've got some basic highlights in there. And if we want to combine the effects, for example, we could make that text strong. We can always kind of form a hierarchy with our tags. Probably format it like this to just show that we're marking the text and we're making it strong. And that's created a highlighted and strong text effect for us. So this is a very quick kind of video to support that particular module that I'm talking about here, which is module 4. So once you've got the basics of a language, once you've got a basic understanding of the structure, how you create the source code, in this case, how you write HTML, how you save it, and how you kind of see the results in action, how you see your code in action, you can very quickly start to build on that using, basically continuously incrementing your knowledge. So let the creativity drive you. Decide what you want to do. Give Google some context. So in HTML, how do I do X, Y, Z? And then start playing around with the results. And this is what I would say is becoming more and more kind of like crowd programming, because Stack Overflow has so many experts that are on hand to answer questions and help out in any way possible, that most of the questions that you're going to come up with, someone else has already asked. And if they haven't, then you can ask those questions too. So it's not about learning every single intricacy of a language and learning all the theory and then trying to apply that, because you're going to forget. It's about learning the very basics and then starting to code as soon as possible, and let practice and your kind of creativity drive the questions. What do you actually want to do in a language, and progress from there. And I think that's the most efficient way to learn, and the most efficient way to get results and really start to build on your programming experience very, very quickly. Our webpage is still looking pretty bland. So in the next tutorial, we'll be talking about styling and how to make your web pages look cool. So see you guys in the next video. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe for more content around learning to code. Thanks very much, guys. See you later.